Pencil box tutorial number 1. I'm going to show you how to draw this little pencil case box. I've just worked out how to get this lid to move and do things like this. So that's something new for me. I copied off the video, Doug's videos. This is the other pencil box. This is more like how Doug's drawn his. You'll notice here there's little angles in the corners. They're like miter joints. We're not going to do that. But if you've drawn your box already like Doug did, that's totally fine. I just think it's easier, and the way we join our box doesn't have those joins. So there's nothing wrong with that. I was just going to show a simpler method. Okay, here's my new drawing. I might save it to start with. I'm going to call it Pencil Box Tutorial. Alright, it's a good idea to save things straight up. Where do I want it? I've got it in my folder for pencil boxes. Alright, I'm going to start with a sketch. Rectangles are in here. There's 3 options. The 2-point rectangles in the top bar because it's probably the most popular. I'm going to stick with that one. I'm going to start right on the origin here. I'm going to click a point. You can see it's prompting me to place a point first. I click it once and I drag, and I'm going to put in the numbers. So I could click and drag until I get the numbers, but I'm going to write the numbers in. So I think it's 60 tab 180. By the way, I'm getting my measurements from this image. Okay, I'm going to keep referring to this. I'll have this open next to me on my screen so I can get the measurements on this. 60 wide, 180 long, and 40 high. That is my measurements, if you're wondering where they're coming from. Okay, there is my rectangle. I'll keep dragging it to the middle. If you want to, I've got a mouse, so I use the wheel to scroll in and out, and I can click the wheel in and drag it around with the wheel. The other option is this pan, which is doing the same, or orbit, okay, which allows me to rotate it. I generally don't use those down the bottom there. I tend to grab the cube up here, or send it home, and it goes back to a 3D sort of looking thing. Alright, so here I've done my little base rectangle. I'm going to finish that sketch. Okay, and in my sketch on the left here, on my sketch drop down, see the little, by the way, the little eyes. If I click the eye, I can't see that sketch. If I click it, I can see it. So that's what that little eye is. Some of the older Fusion ones had light globes that you could turn a light on, turn it off. And this little arrow here means I can open and see what sketches I've got. This is the sketch I've just done, so I'm going to call that, sorry, I just opened it again because I double clicked it. I'm going to click on that once and then twice and call that base. That's the base of my box. Okay, it's a good idea to keep naming them, because once you've got 6 or 7 sketches there, it won't be obvious anyway. You can work it out what they are, but while you're doing them, it's easier. All right. Yeah, in Doug's video, he creates a offset from the base sketch. So what I think he does is, I think he goes into his, down on the left here, this first sketch. All right, he enters it, and you'll see it appears as a common tool in the top, but it is there. O for offset, that symbol there. He clicks the perimeter of this box, and he can drag it in a certain amount. I think we do 3 millimeters. This is one way to do it. This is not going to be my preferred method, and he does it like that. He also then goes and draws a line across these diagonals, like from this here, to create the miter joint between the walls. And again, I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to undo all that and go back to where I was. Alright, here is our base sketch that I drew earlier. As you can see, I am now going to add some thickness to this. So I am going to extrude, and it's already selected the only thing I have, so normally you'd have to select it. In this case I can go up, and you'll notice the number is positive 10, or down, which is negative. So it depends on which way you want to go. I am going to go down 3 millimeters because all my timber on this box is 3 millimeters thick. So that is why I'm going down 3 millimeters. And one thing to keep concentrating on is in this tool menu bar thing that just popped up. This is everything I'm doing. I've selected a profile. I'm starting from the profile. I'm going in this direction. I'm going minus 3 millimeters at 0 degrees. And this is where I want to make this a new component. Right, just means it's a new piece basically. So it helps us later on when I have all separate pieces. So press new component, OK. Then you'll see here now it is made a piece, which is just a 3D object of that sketch I did. So let's call that base. Base. There we go. All right, if I want to hide that, I should be able to hide it. All right, let's go and add some walls on this thing. All right, I am going to edit this tops surface. So I'm going to build off this base. So I'm going to go sketch and select the face I want. Okay, I'm going to start with the wall at the other end. I'm going to call that the end of my box. So the end that you see here, I'm going to draw that one first. I'm calling that the tall end, by the way. The other one's a bit shorter. So I'm going to start with a rectangle. It's going to ask me to place the corner somewhere. I want to zoom in and get it on either here or here. So if I click and drag, it seems to lock onto that edge. So I do want it 60 millimeters wide. Tab. And only 3 millimeters thick though. By the way, you could draw any other side of this box. I don't have to draw this one first. All right, there it is. Let's go to home so you can see what I've done. Okay, I've drawn that little piece there. All right, I'm going to finish my sketch. So it's either here or up here on the top. Finish it. Done. All right, that is going to be tall end piece. Ooh, I put a 3 in there. Tall end sketch. So that's a sketch of the tall end, by the way. See, that's all it is. So now I want to give that some height. So I am going to extrude that piece. So click extrude, and now it says, what do you want to extrude? Now I've got two options, or several options. I want to make sure I only select that little rectangle on the end there, that one. Okay. And I want to drag it up. How far do I want to drag it? 40. 40 high. So if I come back to here, I want to write in 40. All right, that looks good. Remember, I want to make a new component. And I can press OK. Now I have a component. I'm going to rename that tall end. All right, and I think I can turn it off and turn it on if I want to hide it. So that's what's going to go here. All right, send it back to the home. All right, let's draw one of the long edges on here. All right, I'm now going to add that back edge in our box. Let me quickly look at the measurement. It's going to be 180 in total. In my case, my end here is going to be 3. There's going to be an end at the other end. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So the length of this back edge is going to be 180 minus 6, right, which is 174. Don't trust me? Use your calculator and check. All right, sketch on this face. It spins around. I want a 2-point rectangle, and I am going to start it right here. Okay. drag it along, and notice my numbers 3 millimeters. Press the tab key. 176. No, 174. Just testing you. 174. All right, and if you zoom in a little bit, you'll see it stops short 3 millimeters, which is what we want. And I'm going to press enter. Oh, I stuffed that one. Do that again. There. Zoom out. Center it. 3. Tab 174. Nope. 3. Tab 174. Enter. All right, I might add the other side. I could finish that sketch, but I'm going to add in another side. Here, find that little spot again. There. Click and drag in that direction. It's going to be 3 mils by 174. Enter. Finish that sketch. Let's go and have a look at what we've done. Send it home. All right. There it is. So I'm going to extrude those sides. I'm going to make sure I highlight just that, not this, just that piece there. Zoom back out, grab it, drag it up. I do want to come up 40, but notice here in the operation it's trying to join it. It's going to try and join that side with the back edge, but I don't want it. I want it as a new component. Okay, that just keeps them both separate. Okay, done. And you'll notice now we should have a line there back here. If that was joined, I think that line wouldn't be there. Extrude the front side. By the way, my sketch has disappeared, so these are going to be, I'll rename that, cancel that. This sketch number 5 here, they will be along sides of my box. Okay, so now I'm going to extrude and make sure I select this little rectangle here. Oop, not that one. Extrude this piece. Alright, and again drag it up 40. Don't let it join, make it a new component. So see here, it's tried to join the piece. I want a new component, and now it puts the line in which distinguishes that back from the side. Press OK. Looking good. Box. Looking good. Alright, let's go in and add the front. And this edge here is the front because this is where the lid slides in. So notice it's shorter than that end. Okay, I'm going to do a new sketch. By the way, this is component 1. I'm going to call that long side. I'll call it 2 because the back one, or back. Yeah, let's call it 2. And this one I'll call long side 1. Oops, why did I do 1 to 1? Alright, I'm going to do a new sketch, and again I'm going to select this plane, the base. I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I want it to fit in this little space here. So I'm going to click on there, drag across, dragging down. I'm going to write the numbers in, but I have managed to drag it in the right spot, so it's going to be 60 and 3. Alright, done. Send it home. Zoom in. Finish the sketch. That sketch is short end. Alright, I'm going to extrude the short end. I think I can select this. I'll wait till I highlight just it, not the whole base. There. Alright, and this one I want to drag up, not the whole way. All right, I want to go according to my drawing. I'll bring it in again. My groove or my lid is 5 mil below the top edge here. My groove is actually going to be 3.5 millimeters actually. That says 4. So if I go 3.5 plus 3.5, which is 8.5, that means this side needs to be 31.5, I think it would be right. Oop, what did I just do then? Just clicked the wrong thing. So I want to drag it up, not 35, but 31.5, did I say? Actually, I've changed my mind. 32. All right, there it is. Send it home again. My box. No lid, no groove. All right, this is where you start adding the groove in. I'm going to add a groove for the lid to slide in. Again, I'll bring in my little image and you'll see here there's a little groove for that lid. All right, that groove is only 1.5 deep, meaning it goes into the walls only 1.5. Can't go too deep because it'll chop that wall. That's only 3 mils, so I only need it halfway through approximately. All right, and it's going to be 5 mils from the top. So I'm going to go in and create a sketch. It's going to say, where do you want to sketch it? I want to sketch it on the back face. It'll reorientate it. I'm going to go rectangle, make sure I select, let's start this end actually. So it's going to go from this edge backwards. All right, and I want it 3 millimeters tall. That's how thick my timber is. And I want it to go the length of that, which is 174 plus another 1.5 mils. So 175.5. And actually I might be able to just do it 174. Let's just try 174. Enter. Finish the sketch. Alright, send it home. There it is. Oops, I know what I forgot to do. I want to go back to that sketch. And I want to make sure it's from here to this top edge to here is, it's hard to see because it's going up the page. I want to make sure from here to here is 5 millimeters. Okay, that's one way to do it. The other way would be to dimension, find that dot, and make that 5. Okay, that just pushes the groove down. Now when I zoom out, there it is, it's 5 millimeters from the top. Okay, at the moment it's just a rectangle. So I'm going to try and extrude it. So I'm going to go extrude. What do I want to extrude? That rectangle I just drew. Do I want to come out or go in? I want to go in. How much do I want to go in? Only 1.5 mil in. And I'm cutting. You can see in the operation I'm chopping into my side. Okay. And there you'll see a little groove for the lid to slide along. Okay. Spin it around. I'm going to do one on this side. So sketch on that plane. Let's get it into the middle a bit. Alright, a rectangle starting somewhere here, going 174, 3 mils tall, 174. Okay. I want to add a dimension because clearly I've got it right near the top. Ooh, Done. Alright, I want to add in a sketch dimension. So I want to make sure that line is 5 millimeters from the top. There you go. Pushes it down 5 mils, and there's my 3 mil slot that I'm about to extrude, send it home, or finish the sketch here or here. I don't want to send that one home. I'm going to just rotate it manually like that. Okay. I'm going to select extrude, find my little box, push it in 1.5 mil. Enter. And there you'll see now a lovely little groove running the whole way along. Alright, one more groove at the back edge here. Alright, I'm going to spin my box a little bit now. Put the groove across the back edge. Alright, select a sketch on the back plane of my box, which would be here. And I'm going to center it a bit better. I'm going to grab the 2-point rectangle and I'm going to try and draw it here. Up, across. Let me just center it. So now I should write 3. Tab. And this one is the tricky one. This one should go that far. So I think it's, yeah, 57. Okay. And I want to make sure from here, from this point to that line is 5, not 4.975. I want to make sure it's bang on 5. And finish it. Zoom out a little bit. Probably even go back home. Select extrude. What do I want to extrude? I want to extrude that little rectangle. Do you want to come in? No, I want to go out. So it's 1.5 millimeters in. Cutting it. Okay. And if you zoom in now, you should see my slot now is going right through the back. Cool, huh? Alright, there's my groove. Send it home. Let's have a look. Excellent. I really need to label some of these sketches because I don't know what they are, so I might go in and call that slot long slot 2. This looks like long slot 1. This looks like we'll call it tall end slot. Alright, I turn all those lights on, which means I can see the sketches. If you want all the sketches off, it looks like that. Okay, let's try and add a lid on. I'm potentially going to draw my lid coming from that back edge there. Alright, new sketch on that face. Rectangle. Yes, I got it. It's going to be 3 and 57. Done. 3 and 57, finish it. I might zoom it around a little bit. I might extrude that. And I can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm going to drag it out. Hopefully I can see the whole box. Alright, I'm going to pull it all the way out to here. Move that out of the way. And you'll notice now it comes to the edge here, which is 177, which is good. That's what I want. Press enter. And it disappeared. What do I just do? Click and drag it out. 177. 177. I don't want to join it. I want a new component. And press OK. Now I've got a lid. Well, I'm going to try and add a little handle onto this, or a hole. I might go for a hole. You can potentially put what you want in that hole as a handle. Hole's easy because the laser cutter just chops a little. Okay, I've just realized I need to make sure that original piece that I did, I'll show you what it is. This here, kind of made a mistake. It shouldn't be joined like that. They should be 3 separate pieces rather than one. You can see here it's in my bodies. So when I was making it, I should have drawn the base, and then when I extruded the end, I should have said make new component. So now it thinks that's all one, which is sort of okay, but I need to get it into a component. So that body there, I need to create a component from it. Okay, and then it throws it down here as component. So this will be base and ends. Alright, really I should have base and then an end, and so now they're all components down here. Alright. We can hide all these sketches, by the way, if you don't want to see them. It's okay. So I've got all my little bits and pieces here. Nothing. Ends, sides, and lid. Alright, let's go and create a lid that moves. Alright, in assemble, rigid group. Okay, I am actually going to like join the long ends, not the lid, and that. So now I have all 4 or 5 sides of this box. Press OK. Alright, that locks them all together, and now it's just my lid. Alright, this is where I make a lid that moves. So I go in assemble and I select as built joint. Alright, and I'm just reading it, so it'll say select the component. So I want the lid, and I'm going to make it slide. And I think I need to select the corner of this box. Right, that and that. And the position, I think I need to select this top edge of this box, or that one there. But I'm going to go with this outside edge here. Alright, see that? Whoa! My lid's moving along, and I think that's this little animate button. How cool is that? But I don't really want it to go beyond this edge here, so I'm going to modify that. That's brilliant, isn't it? Okay. Alright, now that is my slider. I'm going to go in and edit it because I don't want it to go beyond that back edge. So I just did the right. I don't want maximum, I want minimum. Notice now it'll stop as it goes in. Notice back here, it's hitting the end and stopping. How good is that? Okay, so that's my slider. So basically now when I double click on that, I can move my lid in and out. Alright, brilliant. I said I was going to put a handle on that, so let's try and see if we can do it. I think I go into my sketches and click on my lid. So this one here. I could probably even hide a lot of other stuff. I want my lid and I want to add a circle. So let's go and create a sketch on the lid. And I want a circle. Let's put it here. And let's make it 15 or 20. Maybe that's a bit big. 15. Yep, that's fine. 15 mil in diameter, but I want to put it in the center. So between here and here, I want that to be, now I've got to remember what width my lid was. So my lid was 57. So half of 57 should be 27.5 possibly. No. 57 divided by 2 is 28.5. I was thinking. It's late. I shouldn't be doing this. 28.5. Sorry, the other thing I didn't think about was how far do I want it from the end. So if I want this to be a certain distance from here, I could select, I'm probably not going to do 42, that's quite a bit. I might do 20. Try that. Yep, that looks fine. Finish the sketch. Alright, now it's there. I don't know why just a minute ago it wasn't. So if in doubt, just go down to your time bar here and you'll see all the little things you've done. I can delete any of those or go in and edit them. Now it's there. I'm going to extrude it. And it's going to ask me what do I want to extrude. This one, I want to chop it. It's going to cut down. Doesn't matter how much, as long as you go more than the thickness of the lid. My lid is only 3 mil, so in this case I'm cutting 10, which is fine. Alright, now I've got a little hole, and I can actually poke my head inside that little hole and have a look if there's anything in there. Cool, huh? Alright, the best thing about this is this moving lid. So let's see this little arrow. I click on it, double click, I grab it, and now I've got this lid. No, how cool is that? I've even got a shadow and a hole. Wow, that is cool. Alright, I'm going to save it before I delete. By the way, I probably should have saved along the way. If anything happens, you don't want to lose all your hard work. Alright, just before I wrap it up, that's pretty much the box. But let's try and change the appearance of it. Appearances. Up here in Modify. And by the way, you can change physical material into all this random stuff like glass, metal, miscellaneous. I'm going to just do, I don't know what the difference is between appearance. And apparently if you type in here 3D, I haven't gone through them all. These are all the different timbers I can, I guess it's 3D looking, so maybe that's why. Doug in the other video said go to this one. I think you have to download them. So for instance, if I want mahogany or cherry glossy, I click download. I have downloaded walnut, and I might drop that on my lid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag it on my lid, and you'll see there it just made my lid go a beautiful dark mahogany color. Alright, and just to pick a lighter color, I'm going to go oak. There it is. Nope. Alright, I'm going to drop it on, I can drop it on the side like that. Apparently I can drop it over here and get these things as well. So it seems easier to drag it. Ooh, keep. There you go. I don't know what that message is about. And that looks great. Alright, double click. How good's that? Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. Alright, that's about it. I don't think there's anything more we can do in the time we have. Yeah, again, I'd probably go back. I know I made a mistake early on. So this side, or this end, now looks like one piece with the base. That's that one down there. Should have been separate components. So, yep, hopefully you won't do that. But even if you do, I just showed you a way to get around it. That's it. All the best.